accept the fact that the city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportions. What it needs is Old Testament, bringing the wrath of God type stuff. Fire, brimstone, up the skies, rivers, seas, boiling. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. That's terrible.
Who is Sam NewsMan? Sam NewsMan is a puppet journalist known for his appearances at various political events and rallies in the United States. I'm going to say that again. Who is Sam NewsMan? Sam NewsMan is a puppet journalist known for his appearances at various political events and rallies in the United States. He often covers events from a unique puppet's perspective, adding a layer of humor and satire to his reporting. The character is managed by a puppeteer. Now, hold on. Correction. Hold on. So we have a whole crew here. Just want to make sure that we are here on record saying that we have a whole crew. We have a couple of people there behind the glass. And, of course, I see Citizen Germ, Mary Murr, Sir Philosopher, of course, as well, Billy and Tommy in the black suit. So, listen, it's not just me and a puppeteer. Don't you get anything twisted. Don't you? Hold on, what do they say? Hashtag, don't get it twisted. Hey, don't get it twisted. A lot more going on here than what you might recognize. So the puppeteer remains behind the scenes. No behind the scenes, you're just behind the glass. Here I am, a real media puppet, trying to do what I was born to do. I was born to host a radio show, and you were born to listen. And you were born also to remember that here I am as a real media puppet, establishing the fact that Saturday morning cartoons and the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning was taken away from you by who? Yes, that's right. Let's say it all together now. Your government. Yes, the cartoons that you grew up with early on in your existence were taken away from you. Why? Because they said that you needed to be educated more. Hell, you've been already going to school for 4 days a week. You know, you sit there, you have to wake up, get on the cheese wagon and go there for 6.5, 7 hours a day, come back home. Listen, you would miss your favorite cartoons because your favorite cartoons were going off the air or just starting when you had to get on the bus. Get out of the house. Listen, you can't watch Brave Star. You can't watch Silverhawks. And the only thing you're going to get when you get home is the outro for Thundercats. Oh my gosh, talk about a horrible existence. You know, and then all you had to do is listen, but all you were doing was doing the right thing. You know, mom and dad would sit there and, tell you to, get out of here. Oh, wake up. They'll sit there and they you know what? During the week, they had to literally sling water on your face to get your ass out of bed. That's the truth. You know, they had to sling water on your face to get you out of bed because you didn't want to get out of bed at first yourself. And that's okay because you were like, hey, but then, you remember what happened on Saturday morning. On Saturday morning, what did you do? You jumped up out of bed, you ran down the stairs. Before you even left your room, you grabbed your favorite action figure, your toy, your doll, whatever it was. Hell, a yo-yo. You can sit there, you grab all of that, you run down the stairs, you grab a sugary bowl of cereal, cornflakes, corn pops, sugar smacks, or whatever. Whatever. You sit down in front of the television. You sit down in front of the television with your action figure, your toy, your doll, your sugary bowl of cereal. You'd sit there and you'd watch cartoons for hours. Hours and hours and hours. What kind of cartoons? It didn't really matter. It didn't really matter what type of cartoons they were. All that mattered is that you were watching them. And it was the first time all week that you wanted to get your ass out of bed. You didn't want to get out of bed all week long before that. But then all of a sudden on Saturday morning, you were like, hey, I'm going to get out of bed. I'm going to get out of bed and do what I need to do. What do I need to do? I need to reinvigorate my imagination. I'm going to reinvigorate my imagination. The magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning. The magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning. It was reinvigorated. Listen, they tried to extract that from you all week long in public education, schools, cheese wagons, lunchtime, recess time. My favorite time was always nap time. But listen, I'm telling you what, they would try to extract that from you. And you run home, you get off the bus, you run as fast as you could. And the only thing that you would see and the only thing you would hear was the ending credits to Thundercats. And you were like, I just missed it. I just missed it. And you would think about your friends in maybe middle school or high school. It's like, oh, well, I wish I was those guys. Because if I was in middle school or high school, I could sit there, I'd get home earlier, and I'd be able to watch Thundercats. I'd be able to watch Silverhawks. I'd be able to watch Brave Star. Actually, Brave Star came on about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. This prime time viewing. No, it was. It was. And Saturday morning was prime time viewing as well. It was a time and a place when you enjoyed everything that had to do with nostalgia and imagination. Nostalgia and imagination all over the place. I was saying, well, listen, why can't I get this nostalgia and imagination? Well, no, it was there. It was there before you went to school. It was there after you went to school. But then everybody told you had to go to school. Well, now you're grown up now. And you don't have to go to school, but you have to go to work. But let me tell you right now, let me tell you, wait a minute. It was my buddy Ryan at LaserPants81. Oh no, that's been taken away. Anyways, LaserPants on social media. LaserPants on social media. He has a show, a 3POA show. A lot of times he has guests on and he says, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And it goes back to the old, what was it, Fire Marshal Bill? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. If I show you something, are you going to take it to heart? What if I told you this is the third year that we have been in the nomination round for the best local morning radio show in Richmond, Virginia? I'm going to say it again. We are up for the nomination. This is the nomination round for the best local morning radio show in Richmond, Virginia, brought to our friends over there at the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Our same friends that last year when we got third place, nobody gave a damn to even give us a call. And I couldn't even show up. But that's okay. That's okay. What we want to do is we want to make it to the top 5. We make it to the top 5. Then in July, here's what we can do. In July, we'll be able to hashtag storm the gates. That's what we're going to call it. Hashtag storm the gates in July. Why? Because here we are. A award-winning college radio show, independent radio show, setting from the standard, raising the bar, kicking everyone's butt in terms of corporate radio and all that other nonsense. Morning shows, radio shows, afternoon shows. Oh, the corporate guys. Oh, we've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 30 years. And you know what? I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've been reporting since Roswell. Setting the standard and raising the bar. Listen, I really want to sit there and bitch and moan, but the real reality is that it's Memorial Day. It's Memorial Day. I'm sitting there telling you guys that what you need to do is vote for Sam Newsman, and what I really need to be telling you guys to do is to not give anybody the opportunity to say, have a happy Memorial Day. What? Do I need to say it again? Old Uncle Jeff told me years ago. He said, hey, listen, don't ever wish anybody a happy Memorial Day. Oh, it's Memorial Day. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, have a happy Memorial Day. That sounds like a great idea. Have a happy Memorial Day. Have a happy Memorial Day. Have a happy Memorial Day. Listen, hell, you know what? If you're going to sit there and take that attitude, next time you go to a funeral, I want you to do this. When you go to a funeral, I want you to say, hey, listen, you know what? At the end of it, when it's all said and done, they've sat there and they've buried everybody. Everybody's got tears running down their face. The mascara is going bananas. And then you sit there and look at them saying, hey, you know what? Hey, hell of a funeral. Hell of a funeral. Hey, that's a hell of a funeral you had there. Hey, you know, a hell of a time that, you know what? That guy, he just decided to take, he just decided to lay down his own personal desires for your own individual rights. I got to go to the beach this weekend. I got to go to the pool. Listen, as you go to the beach, I want you to remember right now how many people actually really went to the beach during World War II when they stormed the beaches of Normandy. As you sit on the beach on Memorial Day, wishing everybody a happy Memorial Day, like a dunce, recognizing the fact that as you're sitting on the beach, think about the people that actually hit the beach. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Golly. If you couldn't be so inept, if you couldn't be so lacking this desire and this, this self-awareness situation, just the words that come out of your mouth. Happy Memorial Day. When was the last time you had a happy memorial for somebody? What the hell is wrong with you? People say, oh, well, Sam, you're too harsh now. I was like, well, that's happy Memorial Day. You know what? This goes back to Uncle Jeff, a wise man. And it's like I always say, I don't really know how much more we need to go into this, other than the fact that my laptop battery is going astray. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Happy Memorial Day. Listen, I was going to sit there and go over some more stuff about AI. I have all this AI stuff here. I'm not going to go over it because I wanted to sit there and say that, I heard years ago, my Uncle Jeff sat there and said, hey, you don't wish people a happy Memorial Day. And yet here your ass is still going to say, hey, have a Memorial Day. I'll have some hot dogs and some hamburgers. What the hell is wrong with you? You want to sit there and say, oh, well, Sam, I tuned into your show because, well, listen, there's a reason why I have a Marine lapel pin on my lapel. Semper Fi. Been dealing with the military brass, the people who have served our countries for years. Yeah, that's right. Otis Neal in the helicopters. Yeah. G-Man in the DMZ at Korea. Private Lacey in the Army. And of course, Lieutenant Lester doing all of what he needed to do at the Bay of Pigs. So we're connected to all of these people who have been behind enemy lines, been doing things. We got about a month or so before we get to July 4th. We talk about Independence Day. But let's talk about Memorial Day for a moment and the soldiers. And the soldiers that dedicated their lives and they didn't come home. They didn't come home. They weren't able to hug their wife. They weren't able to hug their children. The only thing that their wife and children were able to hug, the only thing that their wife and children were able to hug was the tombstone for the sacrifice in which they made. Broadcasting live on Memorial Day weekend, making sure that you recognize the fact that you don't wish anybody a happy Memorial Day. Because that is no different than saying, hey, you know what? That was a hell of a funeral. Here we are, it is the 25th day of May in the year 2024. Broadcasting live here from the beautiful campus here on the hot and sunny day here at the University of Richmond. You are listening to 90.1 FM. From the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam NewsMan. And this, well, you're correct. And this is Saturday morning.